answer. Never, never, never! Never will we allow the EDL inside Tower Hamlets. And when they have the nerve to talk about civil liberties, we remind these fascists that we have memories. 20 years ago, in April, Stephen Lawrence was brutally murdered by a racist gang on the streets of South London. And we remember that 1 week after, the EDL's friends in the BNP marched past the point where Stephen Lawrence was murdered to celebrate his death. So we say we care for the civil liberties of Stephen Lawrence, of Altab Ali, of our Muslim brothers and sisters to live without fear of violence and bigotry. And our freedom means we will not allow the EDL to march. And I remember back in those days, because 20 years ago, Derek Beacon was elected as a BNP councillor in Tower Hamlets. And we remember racist attacks went up by 300%. There was fear in our streets, but we weren't going to allow the BNP to divide us. I am very proud that the day after Derek Beacon was elected, our members on the Isle of Dogs walked out on strike because we said we will not work in a council with a fascist councillor. That is part of the history that we all stand in. It's about a history of working class unity, of us standing together and not allowing ourselves to be divided. But when I look at the present politicians, I went to the newsagent this morning and the front page of the Daily Mail was migrant workers causing a crisis for education. It's a lie. It's not migrants who are causing problems in our education or in our hospitals or anywhere else. When politicians talk about benefit tourists damaging our NHS, the truth is it was workers coming from all over the world that built our NHS, that provide healthcare for us, that built all our public services. We built the public services together and we'll defend them together. But I have to say, it's a shame and a scandal when Labour politicians join in. When Chris Bryant says the problem is there are too many migrant workers taking jobs from British workers, that is a cancer and a poison that we cannot allow inside our movement. We cannot allow our amendment to be divided. We have to fight together to defeat racism, but also to fight against austerity and to defend our public services. So I urge all of you today, we must stay vigilant and make sure we keep the EDL out of Tower Hamlets. Yes. But I'd ask you to also consider making a journey out of London. 3 weeks' time tomorrow, David Cameron will get up at the Tory party conference. And when he does, I hope there'll be tens of thousands of people outside joining the call by trade unions to defend our NHS and to fight against austerity. Because we have to fight racism, we have to fight fascism, but we have to fight the despair that it built on. And that means fighting for working class unity and putting for the needs of ordinary people above the needs of the big bankers who call to the crisis and make us pay for it. So let's tell the EDL, you are never going to step foot in Tower Hamlets, and we are going to display the unity that can create a better world for working people.